Sagittarius, what is happening? What is up? What's good? What it do? Let's take a little look and see what is going on with y'all in the second week of June. Yes, I'm doing weekly check-ins now, individual weekly check-ins, and I'm mixing that in with all the other shit that I always do. Now, for the weekly check-ins, it's just going to be a short, sweet, quick, general energetic overview. I'm not going to be diving deep into all the different situations and scenarios like I do in the main monthly and the bonus and the extended. Stick around for those. This is just an overview. I do have something important I need to talk about though, y'all. Okay? I'll make it as quick as I possibly can. Please bear with me. And it is pretty important. I'm not going to lie. For those of you in need of a personal reading, the information is in the description. Okay? Don't forget about that. But something unexpected came up with the courses. We just found out that the platform that we are using for our courses is tripling their monthly service fee. Tripling. They're tripling it. So we're switching platforms. So between now and June 9th, we have a bundle where you can get all 7 courses. Okay? Because after the 9th, they're going bye-bye, and I have no idea when I'm going to have them all back up. Now, if you purchase a course, if you ever have, you'll have access to that permanently. Okay? But if you don't, after the 9th, I do not know when I'm going to have them back up. I have 7 courses. Let me read them off real quick. How to Read Tarot, Part 1 and 2. How to Attract Your Life Partner. Finding Your Life's Purpose. Manifesting Financial Abundance. The Steps to True Healing. And The Beginner's Guide to Manifestation. So those are the ones in my school currently. Now, I am working on one behind the scenes, and my goal is to have that out this month. Next month at the latest. But yeah, we're going to have to rip all that video content off of the old platform and get it onto the new platform, and I don't know how long that's going to take. Usually it can take anywhere from 2 weeks to a month just to put one course together. So hopefully we have it all up in July, but it could be till fucking December. I really honestly don't even know. So the link for that is in the description. So yeah, got till the 9th. All right, let's jump into this. Let's get a quick, short, sweet, general energetic overview of Sagittarius' situation. And let's see if we can focus on the person that you're dealing with and their energy. How's the energy looking for this person? How's the situation looking? Person Sagittarius is dealing with. What's the situation look like? What's this person's energy looking like? Oh, Devil card reversed. So some of you may just be making the decision to completely avoid toxicity altogether. Could be a Capricorn for some of you. Let's do 2 more shuffles here. 2 more. Blue, blue, buddy, blue. 7 of Pentacles. The Temperance. Well, okay, that's you, by the way. Ooh, I know this isn't all of you. May only be 1 or 2 of you, but it's yelling at me. Some of you are dealing with somebody that's doing pretty good financially. And that may be kind of a hard one to, oh man, this person's doing so good financially, but they're a toxic fuckwad. I don't know what to do. I know that's not all of you, but I feel like it's 1 or 2 of you. But either way, I feel like you're just kind of keeping this person at a distance, but you don't really know whether it's finances or what it is. You're still kind of weighing out the pros and cons, trying to be patient and let this situation work itself out. I just don't really think you know what to do here. You don't really know what to do here. So that's about all I can get out of this. For those of you dealing with somebody that you're either in no communication with or very little communication, they do be keeping an eye on you. 100%. They do. But I'm just feeling like you're dealing with somebody that's really, really, really immature, very inconsistent, fickle, flaky, says one thing one day, another thing another day, you know, that type of shit. You know, just very inconsistent, fickle, flaky. Comes across kind of like a game player. I don't have the card for that here. But all the surrounding energy resonates with that energy. So, yeah. I think you're trying to make a head over heart decision and you're trying to make the decision that needs to be made regardless of how it feels. Could be a Libra for some of you. Okay. Well, all right. Let's dig deeper into this person's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions towards you. Let's see how deep we can dig into that. What's this person's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions towards you? Okay, the Empress reversed. So maybe they're not really ready to settle down. Could be a Taurus for some of you, but hang on, let me just see what comes out with that. Hold up. There's a couple different directions that could go. 2 more shuffles. There's 1 and 2. Pow! Okay, Knight of Cups reversed. King of Swords reversed. Okay, there it is. So yeah, maybe they are playing some mind games with you. Maybe a little bit. I just don't really think this person's ready to settle down. 10 of Cups, Empress, both reversed. So ever since their last relationship came to an end, I think that it's been weighing on them very, very heavily. And I just don't know if they're ready to put themselves in that situation again. Now, when dealing with somebody fresh out of a relationship, honestly, you can't blame them. You know, can't blame them. But if you're dealing with somebody whose relationship came to an end like 2 or 3 fucking years ago, I'll get that from time to time, at least 2 or 3 times a month. I'll get a client like on a Zoom call who is dealing with somebody with that very energy, and they're open about it. You know, I don't know what I want right now. I got so many trust issues. My ex cheated on me, and whoop, whoop, whoop. And I dumped so much time and effort into this, and then they ripped the rug out from under me. Oh, okay, that's understandable. When did this relationship come to an end? 7 years ago. 7 years ago? 7 fucking years ago. That's a problem. That's a problem. Now, this is where it gets slippery because, you know, there's no time limit for healing, but there's like common sense. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, you should be healed 100% in 6 months or a year or 2 years. But after 7 fucking years, you should have made some fucking progress. Something. Matter of fact, when I take a look back at my story, which is very traumatic, the story that led me to where I am today, there's stories that would make some people probably sick that led me to where I am today. The most traumatic fucking thing that happened to me in my whole life took me 7 years to heal from. So I get it. But you should have made some progress, something. Something, 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 something. If it's been 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, and you're still stuck in the exact same spot, not saying that you have to be glowing and floating on a cloud and shit and rainbows, but the same spot you were in 7, 8 years ago, that's a problem. That's a big problem. That's a big old problem, because then you're dealing with somebody like that, then how are they going to handle the challenges and obstacles that'll come along with being with you? Because every relationship has them. You ain't going to avoid that. How are they going to handle that? They won't handle it. You know? So anyway, I know I trailed way off on that, but hopefully somebody needed to hear that. Anyway, though, yeah, this person's very guarded, nervous. I just don't think they're ready to settle down. They do got feelings for you. And see, that's the thing. If we peel back that layer and go even deeper, that indicates that they know that if they gave themselves permission, they would fall so ridiculously stupid, slap the fuck retarded in love with you that all you would have to do is wake up on the wrong side of the bed one day, wind blowing in the wrong direction, stars not lined up right, and you could flip a switch and completely fucking destroy them. And just the mere thought that that could possibly happen scares them. They don't want to do it. It's kind of like skydiving. Technically, statistically speaking, skydiving is safer than driving, right? But just the thought that maybe I'm one of those 1 in a million people that got their chute packed the wrong way. Chances are like 1 in a million, but the chance is there. I'm not taking that chance. You know what I'm saying? Scares people out of skydiving. So, it's kind of similarly. Let's get the advice for this situation. I'm babbling tonight, ain't I? Let's get the advice. Let's get the advice. I've almost got that little whistle mastered. I always got to make funny noises, sing little funny songs when I'm reading. Got to do something to bring some humor to the situation, All right, what's the advice for Sagittarius? Two more shuffles, 1 and 2. King of Wands reversed. Well, okay. Well, the only advice that I really have here is just a few general talking points. I'm just going to kind of throw them at you arbitrarily. Take it if it resonates. If it's a piece of advice that you haven't done yet, take it. Just chuck it if it don't. First of all, have you had a conversation about your feelings and your intentions? Have you done that? Have you let this person know exactly what you want? Have you made the opportunity known that, look, this is what's available to you right here? Have you done that? Be sure that in addition to that, not only do you want to let this person know exactly what's available to them, but give them the freedom to express themselves and, come to their own terms, come to their own conclusion on their own terms. And then the question is, do you have the patience? Do you have the patience to let this person know what you want, and let them know what's available to them, and then hope that they let that guard down and trust you? Because I don't really think I need a tarot card to tell you that this person is not your divine life partner. Now, does that mean you can't build a life partnership with them? No, you can. But if it matters, this person's not your divine life partner. So that doesn't mean don't do it. Matter of fact, if I had to guess, I would feel safe betting that probably upwards of 75 to 80% of the life partnerships that are being built right now are not divine life partnerships. They're karmic. There's nothing wrong with a karmic life partnership. Nothing wrong with that. That's what I was raised up by. I was raised by my grandparents, man. They had a karmic fucking contract, blah, but they were life partners. They stayed together from age 14 until death did them part. It happens. So just take that and do with it what you will. Let's see if there's anything new coming in for the singles in the second week of June. By the way, little trivia for you here. How many of you did purchase my How to Read Tarot course? This is the deck that I used in that course. Don't know if you care or not, but it was this one right here. This isn't a copy of it. This was the one. That's why of all of my tarot decks, this is one of the few that I'm never getting rid of. If y'all stick around here in my little community, usually once, sometimes twice a year, I'll throw some old used tarot decks up on eBay. But I have a little handful of decks that I will not get rid of, no matter what, for any reason. And this is one of them. Because, yeah, I use this in my How to Read Tarot course. That's still my most popular course to this day. So, it seems like it's getting an attitude right now, though, like it doesn't want to behave. Do you not want to behave for this one? Give me 2 shuffles. No? All right. Well, scratch that one then. How about this one? This is another one that I will not get rid of. My Universal Rider-Waite that I've had since 2021. Okay, there we go. All right, anything new coming in for the single Saggies? Ooh, that one just yelled at me. Damn, dog. Temperance reverse. Some of y'all starting to get a little bit impatient. Some of y'all starting to get a little impatient waiting for somebody new to come in. 2 more shuffles, 2 more. Hierophant reversed. You know what this is telling me? I hate to get so specific here like this, but ooh, there's some past energy in here too. So I'm seeing a few different miscellaneous mixed messages here. Oh yeah, there's a lot of past energy in here. That's weird. So first of all, I feel like some of you are getting a little bit impatient and tired of being single. And you're not waiting for the next soul contract to come in. You're going to jump on the next fucking open door of opportunity you see. But I don't really think that's a very good idea. It doesn't look like that's ending well. I think the next contract due to come in is right around the corner. I think so. But some of you are just bringing somebody into your life. Now, I got some past energy here too. So some of you are going to be paid a visit by a past person. And that definitely ain't going to end well. We got the 6 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles reversed, and the Death reversed. That's all past energy right there. That definitely ain't ending well. One thing that I've seen, you know what, this is kind of, one thing I've seen here is that these weekly check-ins I've been doing so far are very similar to the All Signs weekly forecast that I've been doing. I was thinking that with these, I could dig in deeper and get more than I do on my All Signs videos. But one thing that I've noticed that they share is that all the signs share one general theme. Still, even with the individuals here, most of the signs are sharing a general theme. You know what that is? A solo journey. right now where you're at, especially those of you who have been single for a minute. Doesn't have to, it's not limited to that, but especially if you've been single for a minute, there's a reason for that. For some reason, I don't know what it is about the second week of June. I don't know what astrological events are happening in the second week of June. I don't know why. Don't know why, but the universe is putting you on a path by yourself for a reason. And if the universe wants you by yourself and you try to drag somebody into your life, you're going to find out real quick why the universe wanted you by yourself. I've gotten that message for like 6 or 7 of the signs so far. So I guess let's get the advice for the singles then. What's the advice? Advice. What is the best advice? King of Wands. Hang on, it's not ready yet. All right, one more. King of Cups reversed. Ooh, got that karmic wheel reversed. So some of you definitely need to close out a karmic tie with a past person. Okay. Now, again, usually when this advice comes through, it's miscellaneous, random, mixed messages. So I'm just going to throw them at you as I see them. Take what resonates, chuck what don't. You know the deal, right? Now, well, see, this one gets a little bit tricky because some of you may not even be aware of this. Right? So if you have a karmic tie that's like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old that you've forgotten about because it's been so long, that doesn't mean the karmic tie went away just because you forgot about it. Okay? So I would advise that everybody that hears this do a little bit of inner soul searching and being honest with yourself about whether you have any unfinished business from the past. Here's a good way. Okay, here's how you test it. Here's how you test to see if you have a karmic tie. Go through your list of exes, one by one. I would start at the fucking beginning, at a time when you ain't got nothing going on and you can just get comfortable and relax. Just close your eyes and think. Start off with your very first relationship when you were in fucking junior high. Do you understand the meaning behind why that was meant to happen the way that it happened? It's between you and the universe. Nobody else can tell you the meaning. I can't tell you the meaning. No psychic, channeler. This is between you and the universe. Do you understand the meaning behind why it happened? If you're able to look back and say, yeah, I understand, I understand the meaning behind that. I get what I learned. I see how that affected the trajectory of my path. I get it. I understand why that happened that way. Okay, there's no karmic tie. Okay, a karmic tie is nothing but the illusion of unfinished business. And the reason why I say illusion is because whether or not the business is finished or unfinished is up to who? You. You. You are the only entity in this entire multiverse who is capable of and responsible for assigning a meaning to the things that happen to you in your life. Your life and everything that's happened in your life is completely meaningless without your consent. The only meaning your experiences will ever have is the meaning you give it, be it positive or negative. If you give it a negative meaning, you are 100% right. That's exactly what it is. If you give it a positive meaning, you're 100% right. That's exactly what it is. But what if you don't give it a meaning? What if you just go about your life, distract yourself from it, bury it, stuff it away, and forget about it? If it doesn't have a meaning, it's unresolved, unfinished business. And that's one of the main things that turns into karma. It's not the only thing that turns into karma, but, just to generalize it. So I'd be thinking about that. Go through all your exes. How many karmic ties do I have? There's probably a lot of you. They got a bunch of them, don't you? So some karmic ties need to be tied up, and that's all done in your own perception. Okay? Now, in regards to anybody new coming into your life, pay attention to how the energy feels. I'm going to revert back to my old talking point. OG followers, you've heard me say this a million times. This is mainly for the new faces. There is no reason in the world why you should be confused about somebody's feelings and intentions. No reason in the world. No reason. You should be able to be so energetically transparent with the person that you're with that you don't need to question their loyalty. You don't need to wonder whether or not you can trust them. And this is a slippery subject because until you experience it, it's hard to understand. Until you experience that one person that you're so energetically connected to, until you experience that, you don't really understand that you've never met somebody you could fully trust in your life. At least somebody that you're dating, until you understand what 100% trust really feels like. So feel into that. If you're dealing with somebody and you find yourself scratching your head because you can't really tell if they like you that much, and you've been with them for a month, 2 months, and you're always second guessing what they say. You don't know if they're telling the truth. You can't really tell how they feel about you. That's not your person. It's not your person. Now, the question is, how do I know? I can't explain that. I can't explain that. I just cannot explain that. I'm not saying that when you meet your actual person, you will know that they are the one. I'm not saying that. I don't subscribe to that idea. I guess some people do. I've seen way too much evidence to the contrary. But there are some things that you will know. You may not know that they are the one right away, but you will know how that person feels about you. You will know what that person's intentions are. And you will know for a fact, without a shred of doubt in your mind, that you can trust that person. You will not have to question their loyalty for a split second. No. Those are 3 things that you will know. You ever met a pair of actual divine life partners? Not just a couple that's been together for a long ass time. We talked about that earlier. Most life partnerships are karmic. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, have you ever met a pair of divine life partners? They're kind of hard to come by. Most people I've asked that question to say no. But I've met a few, including, and I'm with my divine life partner. There's one thing that we all have in common. If you ask a pair of divine life partners to tell you the story about how they came together, there's some funny similarities. It's always different. Everybody has a different story, a different path, but there's a tiny little handful of things that they all have in common. You know what my favorite one is? My favorite one that they all say is, I knew immediately that I could trust them. Immediately. Instantly. I knew I could trust them. Don't know how I knew. I don't know how I knew. I just knew what your intentions were. I knew you were not playing games with me. It's hard to explain how you know. Another one that's very common is they're not even my type. Not even my type. And if you purchase the course Attracting Your Life Partner and you really understand the energetic mechanics behind how that works, that'll make sense. Because until you equalize the vibration of abundance, once you equalize the vibration of abundance, you're not looking for a relationship because you're abundant from within. See, when you're looking for a relationship, you're looking for your type, right? And obviously your type is not the type of person that you need to be with. If they were, you would have found your person a long time ago. So 9 times out of 10, honestly, if I can remember correctly, I'm pretty sure it's everyone that I've ever met will say they're not even my type. Think about that. So think about some of these things when you're meeting and connecting with people, you know. I'm not saying boot, scoot, boogie, and run right away as soon as something feels funny, but give it a couple of weeks. After 2, 3 weeks, maybe a month, if you're not feeling energetically aligned with this person, there's still so many questions, more questions than answers. You don't know if you can trust them. You don't know how they feel about you. You know, you might want to be thinking, is this somebody I'm going to lay a solid foundation with? Just be thinking about these things. My goal as a tarot reader is not to just simply answer your questions. I'll answer your questions. Don't get it twisted, but that's not the goal. Readers who just simply answer your questions are helping you about as much as your friend helps you when they sit next to you in math class and give you the answers to the test. Does that help you? Not really. It gives you a little Band-Aid there for the moment. Little quick fix there for the moment. But what are you going to do the next time you want to run into one of those problems? What are you going to do? Keep running back to your friend for the answers? Sadly, a lot of people think that that's what these are for, and it's not. My goal is to send you on your way, armed with some knowledge and wisdom, that if you choose to, you don't have to, but if you choose to, you can apply it to your situations. And hopefully that'll help you develop a better relationship with the universe later on down the line. And maybe, hopefully, you'll become confident enough to spread your own wings and fly. And then later on down the line, if you don't want to, you never have to come back to me or anybody else for guidance ever again. That's my intention. That doesn't mean you're not allowed to come back to me. That's not what I'm saying. I definitely have a little handful of diehard subscribers who have been with me since day one. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying my intention is to help you. That's why I give you these little tidbits of things to think about, you know, so that you can hopefully learn how to handle these situations yourself. Because I'm no better than you. I'm just a regular ass human just like you. All the other spiritual public figures and tarot readers and channelers and psychics, they're just regular ass humans just like you. I know a lot of them like to pretend that they're not. They're full of shit. We all regular ass humans up in here. We all have the ability to tap into the universe. We all have the ability to tap into our higher powers and our higher selves. Access to the universe is not a gift. I hate that word. It's a choice. So anyway, take that information and do with it what you will. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Sagittarius family needed to hear. So I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget the information for personal readings is in the description, okay? And for those of you who missed the beginning of the video, I want to give my important announcement one more time, okay? Something unexpected came up with the courses. Okay, we just found out that we are needing to switch platforms because the platform that I have my courses on is tripling their monthly service fee. Tripling it. And we're like, fuck that shit, dude. That's ridiculous. You want to bump it up a little bit? I get it. You know, in the economy, until the economy gets straightened out here in the next year or two, everybody's bumping their prices up a little bit. Most places are. But tripling it? Tripling it. That's like a gas station going from $4 a gallon to $12 a gallon. What the fuck? No. We're switching platforms. So, until June 9th, we have a bundle package where you can get all 7 courses, okay? Because after the 9th, they're going bye-bye. Now, if you've purchased a course, you'll have access to it permanently. But if you haven't, after the 9th, I have no clue how long it's going to take us to rip all that video content off the old platform and get it onto a new one. It could take fucking a month. Hopefully, I doubt it though, because usually it takes about a month just to put one course together. It just all depends on how the next platform is. I don't know. It could be till fucking December. But I am working on a new one behind the scenes. So hopefully I have that out this month. That's my goal. Next month at the latest. But yeah, so between now and June 9th, we have a bundle for all 7 courses. I'm going to read them off for you real quick. My courses are How to Read Tarot, Part 1 and 2. How to Attract Your Life Partner. Finding Your Life's Purpose. Manifesting Financial Abundance. The Steps to True Healing. And the Beginner's Guide to Manifestation. Those are the 7 courses in my school so far. Like I said, I am working on a new one. I hope to have that out ASAP. Hopefully before the end of June. But yeah, so there's a bundle for all of those until the 9th. Okay, the link is in the description. Thank you for the super chat. I have no idea how to pronounce your name, but I appreciate that super chat. All right, y'all, I'm out of here now. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.